You're listening to Vaquero News, the Valley Student Station. Good morning, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, February 27th, and it is currently 74 degrees Fahrenheit outside. We are coming to you live from our Edinburgh studio. I am your host, Timothy Chapman.
And I'm Rodolfo Alvarado, and this is Vaquero News. Do you need help filing your taxes but don't want to pay an arm and a leg? Well, UTRGV is doing its part to help out students file their taxes for free. Here is Timothy Chapman with the story.
'Tis the season of incoming tax filing, and UTRGV has partnered with United Way to offer individuals with income below $73,000 tax filing assistance free of charge. Manager of Community Impact and Economic Mobility for United Way Worldwide, Brendan Stuvey, helps run My Free Taxes. He said it's a free tax filing program that operates virtually, helping people file their federal and state taxes.
We help people either choose to file their own taxes using online software with the support of our IRS certified specialists if they need support. And we also help people connect to local in-person tax sites where they can have their return prepared for them for free.
He said studies show a lot of people tend to find tax filing to be a scary and stressful task, but he wants to assure people that My Free Taxes provide a simple and convenient experience.
What we try and do through My Free Taxes is to provide an environment that is safe, accessible, free, and supportive to help people learn to file their taxes successfully and continue to file successfully with whatever level of assistance they need through that process as they develop those skills.
United Way VITA Program Coordinator Viridiana Cruz said when she was in high school, she was never taught how to do her own tax returns, which led to her interest in learning how, due to some people charging a lot of money for filing for clients.
Whenever I went to do my tax return for the first time, I remember they did charge me around $100, and it was a very basic return. But back then, I didn't understand that. But now that I understand the process and how tax returns, I highly think that everyone should know how to do tax returns. It's something that you're going to do for the rest of your life.
She said the VITA program has been in Hidalgo and Soy County for more than 10 years, but people are barely finding out about it now as a result of the partnership with UTRGV. Many have avoided the resource due to their distrust of letting a stranger look at their taxes, according to Cruz.
Obviously, they're skeptical about it, and they're like, oh, what if it's not a program that we can trust, because I know it's sensitive information. But I do want to, reinforce that we are a safe program. We are granted by the IRS. We do go through training so we can be at the site.
You can visit myfreetaxes.com to file your taxes online, or you can visit UCentral at both the Edinburgh and Brownsville campus. And a VITA certified United Way tax consultant will assist you step by step to file your taxes online. To learn more about the documentation items needed to file your taxes for free at UCentral, you can visit utrgv.edu. The free services will be available from now until March 10th, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio. In more cosmic news, a meteorite struck the Earth in McAllen, Texas this past week. What can we learn from it? Here is Edgar Garcia with the latest.
On February 15th at 5:23 p.m., a massive sound was heard in the Rio Grande Valley as a meteorite disintegrated in the atmosphere and its remains landed in McAllen. The now confirmed 1,000-pound meteorite impacted the ground and its remains were found days later. The meteor is said to have been a fireball and was the last of 3 meteors hitting the planet over the span of 3 days. The meteor is said to have been 1,000 pounds, but despite its weight, may have been less dense than the majority of meteorites that have hit the planet. Chief Scientist of the South Texas Astronomical Society and graduate student at UTRGV, Richard Camuccio, went into detail on the meteor's landing, including its reported size and density.
No, it's not rare. In fact, it's probably on the least dense side. There's heavier ones like nickel iron meteors that could be even denser, but typically they will reach the ground, like the whole meteor will reach the ground and create an impact about the size of a building or bigger. So this was not big enough to reach the ground, but it still was large enough to have remains that reached the ground in the form of fragments.
Professor of Geology at UTRGV Juan Gonzalez spoke on the meteorite and what geology can tell us about it.
What we learn from meteorites in general is about the timing of formation of the solar system. And all of those meteorites, when you measure the age, and you can do that with a variety of techniques, is that they are consistently dated at 4.5, 4.6 billion years. So that's one thing that we learn, right? We learn about the timing of formation of the solar nebula as the solar system was forming.
The meteorite's landing has made headlines across the country, but especially in the valley. Executive Director of Star Society Victor de los Santos spoke on how the meteor landing could encourage people to be inspired into science.
More than sure that in the valley somewhere there is a little boy or a little girl who heard about this, who heard about a rock from space coming from space through our atmosphere into the RGV, maybe near their home, and that was the first they've ever heard of something like this, and they're going to get excited and they're going to look into it more and think about it more and maybe grow up to be a geologist or a planetary scientist or an astrophysicist or all three.
For more information about meteorites, visit the American Meteorite Society's website. To learn more about space in general, visit Star Society's website. I am Edgar Garcia for Vaquero Radio.
The Fiesta Edinburgh event will be happening this weekend and will include many events for people to participate in and watch. Here's Timothy Chapman with the details.
From March 2nd through the 5th, the annual Fiesta Edinburgh Festival will take place at the Burt Ogden Arena for the first time ever, with the Carnival family entertainment and live concerts featuring a Grammy Award-winning band. Fiesta Edinburgh celebrates the history of the city with over 10,000 people attending the event each year, according to Edinburgh.com. Edinburgh Mayor Ramiro Garza Jr. listed the main events that will take place, including the 2 musical acts that will be on Friday and Saturday night.
This year we have 2 huge acts that are taking part Fiesta Edinburgh. We have Los Tigres del Norte. They're a Grammy Award-winning band that has been around a long time on Friday night. And then we have the Randy Rogers Band as well, headlining on Saturday.
He said that the Fiesta Edinburgh Parade is one of the biggest parades that the city has all year round. And this is the first time since the pandemic began that the parade, along with other events, will take place, which is why he is expecting a large turnout for this year's festival.
This year is going to be one that separates itself from many years just because of the size of it. We do expect a lot more people, not only because of the parade, but of the acts that we're having. And we're looking forward to it, seeing the community come together.
Executive Director for Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce, Ronnie Laralde, said this year will be big for the festival as this is the first time it will be held at the Burt Ogden Arena.
And it's continued to grow, so we've been from Municipal Park to HEB Park, and now we were able to partner up with Burt Ogden Arena and actually have the event there for the first time ever.
He said after the COVID-19 pandemic, people have come to appreciate more things they might have taken for granted, such as going out and enjoying festivals like Fiesta Edinburgh.
I think it is a big deal because it's a time to relax, and I think people don't realize how important festivals and community events are, whether it's big or small. I think all that was tested during COVID. I always stress the importance of community going out and celebrating with these festivals.
Los Tigres del Norte will be performing at 8 p.m. Friday, March 3rd in the Burt Ogden Arena. The Fiesta Edinburgh Parade will begin at 10 a.m. Saturday, March 4th at the Burt Ogden Arena, with the Randy Rogers Band performing later that night at 7 p.m. in the Burt Ogden Arena. To learn more about Fiesta Edinburgh, you can visit edinburgh.com/Fiesta Edinburgh. This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio. The Brownsville Public Utility Board will continue to disconnect services for residents with overdue bills this week. Here's Edgar Garcia with more info.
On March 1st, the Brownsville Public Utilities Board will resume their service disconnections for customers who have overdue bills. This will resume their typical function after freezing disconnections last year in October. Brownsville suspended disconnections on October 25th until February 28th to ensure that people would have utilities during the increase in gas prices during 2022. However, should bills not be paid or there is not any type of contact or payment plan made with BPUB, the services of water, electricity, or wastewater will be shut down. In a press release on February 15th, BPUB announced the resuming of their service disconnections. The Brownsville Public Utilities Board will resume service disconnections for customers who have overdue electric, water, and wastewater bills on March. On October 17, 2022, for the purposes of aiding customers, BPUB recommended suspending services disconnections until February 28, 2023 to the City of Brownsville Commission. The City Commission approved the recommendation at a special meeting of the City Commission on October 25th. Communication and Public Relations Manager Ryan Greenfold explained the reasoning behind the freeze of disconnections last year.
Essentially, disconnections were halted. It was a time when bills had been significantly higher. A lot of that was driven by the price of natural gas at the time. It was causing a lot of bills to go up, and it was something that we saw as being able to provide some relief.
There are still things that anyone with outstanding balances can do to avoid having their water and other utilities shut off. Lead Communications and Public Relations Coordinator for Brownsville Public Utilities Board, Cleide Quesada, spoke at length on the multitude of ways that people with outstanding bills or financial issues can avoid being disconnected.
Encourage everybody to reach out to us at the customer service department. Reach out to us, and we're available from 8 to 5 p.m. And they could call us at 956-983-6121. They can ask us about our assistance programs because we offer those as well.
She also spoke on the dangers of letting BPUB send their disconnection letter to qualify for the assistance programs.
A lot of the times, what ends up qualifying the customer is receiving that disconnection notice. So if you receive a disconnection notice, that might speed up the process of you qualifying for these programs. But we don't encourage you that you wait because by that time, you might be disconnected.
Quesada assures that if anyone is unable to do it online, they are encouraged to make contact with BPUB and come to the building as soon as they can to pay their bills. They can also go to their website or download the app and send their forms in that way, including trying to qualify for K-Cost. Note, this does not work for Apple products, but the app can still be downloaded from their website on those phones. For more information, please visit their website or call at 956-983-6121 or go in person with an appointment. This is Edgar Garcia for Vaquero Radio.
UTRGV has recently ranked high in the top 7 schools, the top 7 universities. Here's Timothy Chapman with more.
UTRGV, UTRGV, UTRGV.
The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley has just recently been ranked as the 7th best public university in the United States by a ranking system that highlights the economic impact of institutions. The top 4 categories that were used to rank universities has UTRGV 7th in Best Public National Universities, 2nd and lowest net cost of attendance among public national universities, 2nd and most affordable public national universities, and 4th in Best National Universities with lowest student debt, with UTRGV being first in all of these categories in the state of Texas. UTRGV President Guy Bailey said his team started UTRGV with a singular focus, which was student success and student opportunity, after realizing that other universities had been using a financial model that was not good for student success.
What we've done is create a new financial model that really focuses on the ability of students to be able to pay for college and get through college without mortgaging their future. And so that singular focus has helped us create what we think is great value in higher education.
According to Bailey, value is defined as the combination of excellence or quality plus price. Not only does UTRGV offer tuition at an affordable price, but it also comes with the great value of education.
It really comes down to your faculty. And I mean, you need students who have the means to go to school without getting into great debt, but then you need to have faculty who are committed to teaching them. And I think we have a faculty that are really committed to our student body.
Edinburgh Mayor Ramiro Garza Jr. said it's exciting to see that people around the country are seeing the value of UTRGV, which helps the city grow with the university.
We have it's the Division I school, and for us, it's one of our largest assets that we have in our city. You know, being home to UT Rio Grande Valley, obviously, it's a great thing because from an educational standpoint, higher education is so key to the growth of any community.
Associate Vice President for University Marketing and Communications, Patrick Gonzalez, said UTRGV's secret to success in offering a low cost of tuition but also providing a great education was being able to start from scratch back in 2015 and build tuition around the financial aid that students get.
Dr. Bailey came in and was able to start a university from scratch and really was smart in how he set the tuition to a point where it wasn't going to affect the quality of education our students received. It just doesn't make sense to people outside UTRGV how we can be doing both, but we are.
To learn more about the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, you can visit their website at utrgv.edu. This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar.
Hello Vaqueros, these are the events of this week. The UTRGV Winds Orchestra and Symphonic Winds will be performing on February 27, today from 7 to 9 p.m. at the UTRGV Performings Art Complex at Edinburgh, Texas. At 9 a.m. Monday, February 27, we have a rocket launcher fundraising event. It's going to be at the library CTYA. The Rocket Launcher Event Club will be selling snacks such as hot Cheetos, Fritos, pies, etc. So stop and support them. And at 1 p.m. on March the 3rd, we have Anthropology Club meeting. This club is interesting in getting to know and work with students with medicine, culture, biology, evolution, archaeology, and everything else. If you're interested to attempt to this event, the location will be EHAVE 1.122. And at 12:30 p.m. on February 28th, we have a Holy Mass at the Chapel, Edinburgh. Students and staff are welcome to attend and participate in the holy sacrifice of the Mass. Gather praying, listen to the Word of God, and approach the sacrament of the altar. So if you want to have this celebration, again, the location will be on the Chapel, Edinburgh. This is Jan Trejo with the events of this week.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports.
My name is Edgar Garcia, and here is your weekly sports update. This week, the Vaquero men's baseball team is set to take on Houston's team at 6:30 p.m. Friday and Saturday, with another game at 12 p.m. Sunday at the UTRGV Baseball Stadium as part of the Al Ogletree Classic. The men's tennis team is set to take on BYU and Texas A&M Corpus Christi on March 3rd at 1 p.m. and March 5th at 3 p.m. respectively at the Edinburgh Orville Icox Tennis Center. The women's basketball team will take on Utah Valley at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, but it will be at their stadium in Orem, Utah. Additionally, another game will be played at the California Baptist against their team in California on Thursday, March 2nd at 8 p.m. You will be able to stream both these games on ESPN+. This has been Ed Garcia with your weekly sports update.
Now for this week's campus weather report. Today will bring a high near 90 with patchy fogs after 4 a.m., continuing into Tuesday morning with a low near 66. And in the afternoon, things will get warmer with a high near 90. Speaking of warm, things will become very hot starting Wednesday with a high near 98, and will get even hotter Thursday, which will have a high near 103. Luckily, things will cool down a bit on Friday with a high near 76. That is your weekly forecast, Vaqueros. And that has been the newscast for this week.
Weekly editorial columns will be coming out every Monday where you can read about our staff's opinions and anything and everything. You can read all about them and news stories on our website, utrgvradio.com.
Make sure to download the Radio FX app and listen to your favorite DJ shows by favoriting Vaquero Radio. Check out our YouTube channel so you can watch our newscasts and have the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
Don't forget to watch KVQ TV on social media or on VCast monitors around campus. You can also read the Rider newspaper by picking up a copy from the newsstands located around the university on our website.
From now on, our weekly newscast will also be broadcasted every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station. Have a great week, everyone.
This has been Vaquero News.